Hello beautiful people, this is Nandini Anand. Welcome to my channel Fashion and Lifestyle. From the ancient days, rishis and other devotees offered flowers to the god and goddess during their pujas. The significance of flowers in puja becomes very clear with the word puja. Puja comes from two Sanskrit words. The first two words, pu represents pushpa, which means flowers, and last two ja represents japa, which refers to chanting of prayers. Hence, offering flowers to the deities marks a completion of puja. It is a way of conveying our devotion to the deities. So these beautiful rose garlands are being specially made for the occasion of Diwali. So we can see multiple colored roses used in the garland. We can see white, yellow and red. So the combination of these make a beautiful garland with a very special designed pattern. Offering flowers also helps to keep the god and goddess happy. While we offer flowers, it will ensure that positive energy spreads throughout the place. Flowers can also enhance our connection with the divine entity, and it also helps us and allow us to move away from materialism. In a way, offering flower in worship represents the devotion and loyalty that a person has for his Lord. It is believed that when you try to please the gods by offering flowers, the deity becomes pleased and showers the devotees with wealth, happiness, prosperity and good health. Wide varieties of flowers are also arranged for the backdrop decoration. So just take a look. We can see lots of berries and show flowers, roses, etc. for the backdrop decoration. The flower arrangements are being done very professionally. The colors and the color combination and the kind of flowers have been chosen very professionally, and these are going to be arranged in the altar. So once they arrange, you'll actually get a clear picture that how exactly the design pattern has been designed. So I'm just showing you the bare arrangements which is in making, the flower arrangements. So these flowers are being placed and they've been designed as per the decided combination. So they've been just arranged here randomly. So you just take a look. Making of colorful painted pots, and these pots are also going to be arranged in the altar. So you can see some Jagannath faces and very cute colorful pots are being made. So these pots are also going to be arranged in the altar. It's indeed a very interesting and colorful decoration. Very beautiful peacock rangoli is also in making. So I'm waiting to see a final look of it. So finally the decorations are being done and it's all been placed in the altar. You can see the flower decorations, the backdrop which I had shown you earlier have been arranged very nicely in the altar, and the garlands have been offered. The deities are being dressed with a very beautiful dark pink and green dress, and you can also see the colorful pots are being arranged in the altar, and it's really looking very marvelous. Just take a look. You can also see Yashoda and Damodar being dressed and decorated in the altar. Damodar is a very auspicious month for worshippers of Lord Krishna or Vishnu. It normally falls within the month of October and November. During this month, the devotees worship Lord Krishna's pastime of being bound with ropes of love by Mother Yashoda. It is mentioned in the scriptures that one who offers ghee lamps to Lord Damodar in this auspicious month and sings the Damodar Ashtakam will get rid of his past sins and develop bhakti to Lord Damodar. The name Damodar means one who is bound by the ropes of love. This happened when the Lord was tied with a rope around his waist, denoting a divine pastime in which Krishna's mother Yashoda bound Krishna for being mischievous. So the rangoli is ready and is looking very colorful and beautiful. Diwali ceremony is celebrated in the temples by illuminating hundreds of candles in different parts of the temple and also by offering special prasad to the deity. Diwali comes from the word Deepavali, which has two words, that is Deepa means light and Avali means carrier. Therefore, Deepa Diya signifies coming to light. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 7 and 8, Lord Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya jnanirbhavati bharata abhyutthana adharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham pavitranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Translation is whenever, wherever there is a decline in religious principles and predominant race in irreligion, I dissent myself again and again to kill the miscreants and to re-establish the principles of dharma. This is illustrated in Diwali celebration, which are in the remembrance of Lord's various pastimes. Diwali is celebrated on the return of Lord Ramachandra from the exile of 14 years. Lord Rama is an incarnation of Krishna. As a part of celebration, the various parts of the temple are being lit with hundreds of lamps. Skanda Purana says that if one offers a ghee lamp to Lord Damodar in his auspicious month of Kartik, then his sins of millions of birth perishes. The offering of lamp is very pleasing to Lord Krishna. And if one is offering the lamp with love and affection, then he will not take birth again in this world. If one is offering lamp to the Lord Damodar in the holy month of Kartik, then he attains poise result which is 10 million times greater than the result one obtains by bathing in Kurukshetra during the solar eclipse or by bathing in river Narmada during the lunar eclipse. If one offers a lamp burning with ghee or sesame oil to Lord Damodar, then for such a person, what is the need to perform Ashwamedha Yajna? So this was a very grand Diwali celebration at Hare Krishna, Nairobi. Now showcasing grand celebration of Govardhan Puja at ISKCON, Nairobi. So starting with making of beautiful garlands for the deities. Fresh garlands are offered on daily basis to the deities at Hare Krishna, Nairobi. The garlands are prepared and kept ready on the previous day itself and being offered early morning or the next day. The design and pattern of the garland and the colors of the garland flowers chosen are appropriate to the dresses which are being offered to the deity on that particular day. So basically the garlands are being designed as per the dressing of the deity on that particular day. So the garlands, once the garlands are being done, the dresses are being selected appropriately or either ways, so that the garland matches appropriately with the deity dressing. The Govardhan Puja is celebrated on the next day of Diwali. The auspicious festival of Govardhan Puja is commemorated to worship Lord Krishna. This year, the festival falls on Friday, November 5th. It holds a special significance in Hindu mythology, as Lord Krishna on this day defeated Lord Indra by lifting the Govardhan Parvat on his little finger and saving the villagers and animals from the wrath of nature. Devotees celebrate the festival on the Pratipada Tithi Shukla Paksha in the month of Kartika. It is also known as Ankut Puja. According to Hindu mythology, a young and curious Lord Krishna asked his father Nanda Maharaj why the people of Brij worship Lord Indra. He answered that they were worshipping Indra to bless them with rain and shower his grace over them. However, Lord Krishna was not satisfied and convinced the people of Brij to concentrate on doing their work and stop worrying about the results. This made Lord Indra angry, and he called on Samavartaka, clouds of devastation, to hammer the Vrindavan with rain and thunderstorms. People of Braj turned to Lord Krishna for help. He then lifted Govardhan Parvat on his little finger, and people of Braj took shelter under it for 7 days, unaffected by hunger and thirst. So finally the deity has been dressed and the garland also has been offered. The devotees of Lord Krishna worship him on this day to bless them. They offer him a mountain of food, which is why food plays a very important role in this puja. Yashoda Maya and Damodar deity also has been dressed with a beautiful garland and dressing. One of the most significant rituals of Govardhan Puja includes making a small hill out of cow dung and mud, signifying the Govardhan Parvat. Devotees pray to Lord Krishna and the Govardhan Parvat for saving the people of Brij Bhumi from floods and the wrath of Lord Indra. People also give a milk bath to Lord Krishna's idol, dress him up with new clothes and jewelry, and offering various kinds of dishes. For Vaishnavas, particularly the Gaudiya Sampradaya of Chaitanya, Govardhan Puja is one of the most important festivals. The Govardhan Puja starts with Tulsi Puja and Parikrama. As I told earlier, to celebrate the day, devotees offer a mountain of food as an offering to Lord Krishna, and thus food plays a very important role in this puja. The offerings include a variety of fruits, vegetarian dishes, cereals like wheat and rice. Apart from that, sweets and other savory foods are also offered to Sri Krishna. Ankur ki sabzi is also a popular vegetarian delicacy which has been prepared on this occasion. Apart from that, Chappan Bhog is also been prepared like the way it's been prepared on the Janmashtami day. Special kirtans are also being held on this particular day in the temples. Parikrama of Govardhan Parvat. Govardhan Puja is an auspicious festival that upholds the powerful bond of faith and devotion and protection between God and devotees. The story behind Govardhan Puja educates every human to respect the forces of nature and to always remember that being a mortal, we are dependent on Mother Nature and we must respect and be grateful for the blessings bestowed on us. So this was my today's video of Diwali and Govardhan Puja celebration at Hare Krishna, Nairobi. Hope you enjoyed my today's video.